My video today is touching on a very hot topic, and that is domestic abuse. In no way, shape, or form am I calling out any coach or saying any of the coaches that I mentioned by name in this video had anything to do with the situation or at fault for what happened to this person. I use Sammy's name in here because I'm very curious as to what Sammy Ingram has to say about this subject. I used Kim Velez. Again, I'm very curious as to what they have to say about this subject. I want to make sure that you understand I am not bashing them. Neither Sammy or Kim coached this person that I am talking about in the video today. But this person watches my videos, Sammy's videos, Kim Velez's videos, Joseph Ally's videos, and Shelly Bullard's. And I think we have a very, very serious situation that needs to be addressed. And I am calling on them to help stop domestic violence. I'm having a really long weekend here. Not even sure what to title this video. I truly have come to hate the manifesting community. And I am working extremely hard to change it with the way I teach people. I do not teach Neville. I don't teach I am statements. I do not teach self-love, self-concept. I don't teach everyone as you pushed out and you created everything in your reality. I teach from my experience, the experience of over 1,000 coaching clients, because I have a 99.6% success rate. And that success rate was figured out by Joseph Ally. And I don't work with Joseph Ally because I don't teach the way he teaches. I don't think that you can imagine a scene and that scene is going to play out in your reality and give you absolutely everything that you want from this one scene. It's why I pick on the Paris scene that a lot of my clients have come to me with, well, I've been imagining this scene. I much prefer the days before people knew how to manifest or came to conscious manifesting. I'm not even introducing myself today because I have had such a horrendous 2 days that I am still reeling from a person that I talked to on Friday. On Friday, I talked to a person who was abused by her boyfriend. He beat her so bad she had a miscarriage. And the manifesting community is teaching this woman that she created it, that it is her fault. She didn't love herself as she needed self-concept. She coached with a number of different people. She told me who those coaches were, but I'm not allowed to share who she is or who she coached with. I finally convinced this woman to call her brother. She called her brother. Her brother came to get her. I had to explain to her brother what was going on. Her brother asked her, why didn't you come to me for help? She said, I created this. He said, no, you didn't. She goes, yes, I did. I created it. I don't love myself enough, so I created this. This poor woman was told by multiple people that she created her boyfriend abusing her to the fact that she lost their baby because she did not love herself. It seems to be the go-to thing in the law of attraction community. You don't have self-love. That's why this is going on in your reality. You don't need to change your self-concept. And since you need to change your self-concept, this is happening to you. You created this. You created this. No, I don't believe that. And if that means I have to disassociate myself with Neville, I totally will disassociate myself with Neville. Because I don't believe that if Neville Goddard was sitting here right now on the couch with me, that he would tell me that this woman should stay in that relationship. She should create a scene, and her mental talk should be about how this person is treating her in a loving way, and they have the perfect relationship. Because one of the affirmations that she was saying is, I have the perfect relationship. I'm in the perfect relationship. Well, perfect, he was beating her. It's not perfect. She was even told that he was supposed to do whatever she said. And she would say, one of the things her dominant thoughts were he stops hitting her. He stops hitting her. It didn't stop. So she would stand in front of the mirror and tell you, I love you, you're amazing, you're wonderful, you're successful. And guess what? This woman is successful. She makes a lot of money. A lot of money. She thought she was broken, that there was something wrong with her. And what's wrong with her is that the community glorifies this crap. Sammy Ingram is not the person she coached with. But I want her opinion on this, because when I did my self-love, self-concept rant, and most people agreed with me, and then a few people said, well, self-concept is just a story, and I am spoiled is a story. The beautiful millionaire swan queen, that's a story. No, those are statements and a question. Why am I spoiled? They're not stories. I told you backstories behind there to get to that question and statement that I am saying. The beautiful millionaire swan queen is an F you to my ex-husband. It's literally what it is. It's a statement to tell my ex-husband, F off. The why am I spoiled? Because Katie said that I couldn't have people in my life that didn't treat me like she did. So it created a story that made me notice that the people in my life were not being nice to me. So when I started saying, why am I spoiled? People were nice to me. I don't think you need to say I am worthy or you deserve it, because I believe that you came to manifesting because you already had a good self-love and self-concept. You were just trying to make something in your life work better. So Sammy Ingram did a video that said, instead of saying I am worthy, do this instead. And she said, saying I am worthy, she can't even describe how it makes you feel. It literally makes you feel icky that you can't describe how it makes you feel. She went on to say that she is teaching you to be a badass, boss bitch, and that you are entitled. It is your birthright to have an amazing life. I can link the video that I watched if you guys want that she did. But I don't think Sammy Ingram would tell this woman to stay with somebody who abused her. And you guys all loved it when Sammy said, you don't have to say I am worthy or I deserve. That was one of the other things she was saying. I deserve to be in an amazing relationship. I have the perfect relationship. You tell me why somebody would tell this woman to stay in this relationship, fix it in her head, because her brother and I are aghast, literally aghast, that she should stay in a relationship where somebody's using her as a punching bag. This woman isn't broken. She's in a bad relationship, and she needed to leave it. It took hours of him and I to convince her to leave. He finally was able to get her to pack up her stuff and leave. Bad things happen in life. But then I saw a post about a 4-year-old who was being abused. And most people in that post said, report it, report it, report it, report it. Get that child out of that situation. Somebody else came in and said that that child created this before they were born because they were an old soul and that they chose to do this so that somewhere down the road they may be able to help 1 million people who were abused. Are you freaking kidding me? I chose to be an abused child so that I can help millions of people? Well, if what you guys take from Neville is that everybody is me pushed out, then I created 1,000,000 children being abused? Bull. And if Neville wants to sit here and tell me that, I will never follow his teachings ever again, because the Neville Goddard community has gotten to, you are God, you create your reality, everybody is you pushed out. But I'm going to take Sammy's words here, because apparently you don't understand my words. It's not my job to fix everybody. Sammy says she picks and chooses the situations that she fixes. You guys all want to pit coaches against coaches. So now I'm calling for these coaches to rally together. Let's bring Kim Velez in here, because it's been thrown in my face too. So Kim, I want your opinion on this. Should somebody stay in an abusive relationship, get self-love, change their mindset that this person is in a perfect relationship with this guy? Because I was told your video on self-concept, you said, change your story, repeat it over and over and over and over again. You don't even have to feel it. Just keep saying it. Because eventually you may feel it, but you don't have to feel it. You just need to keep telling the story. So I don't like the word obsessed, because it creates stalkers, and y'all got mad at me about this, but I want to know why you think that she created this situation, why this is her pushed out, and what you would tell this woman. Because we are creating a community of 22-year-old girls, because that's how old this child is, who makes money hand over fist, who has a great life, except in her relationship, that she needs self-love. She should stay in that relationship. She should fix her mind, because she created him doing this. Yeah, I am a little bit upset, because I do not understand why we are telling people that they are 100% responsible for everything they did. In a relationship, there are two people. And I am a cop's daughter. And Dad would have told that woman, you are an abused wife, get out. Get out. He would have gone there the first time and he would have been sympathy with you. He would have gone there a second time. He might have had sympathy with you. But finding out that your guy beat you and you lost your baby, he would not have sympathy with you. He would tell you point blank, you are in an abusive relationship. Get out. A cop's worst nightmare is showing up on a domestic case. Because 9 times out of 10, the woman will not press charges. And the 10th time, they don't listen to us. They don't believe us. They don't. I've had a protective order against my ex-husband. I've had a second one that was worked into my custody fight that I was doing with him. I filed a third one where he blatantly lied on the stand and was denied my protective order. And I keep filing him so this man stays away from me. I came up with his drama is fun and entertaining to help keep him away from me. I have a stalker that literally shops 2 blocks from where I live. I go to a grocery store. I check to make sure his car's not in the parking lot, because I know what it looks like. Because when somebody ran this person's information, the dog cage that was in the back of his pickup truck is for me. There are crazy people out there. That is why we need the police to help protect us. But to think that the manifesting community is suggesting that a 4-year-old child created being abused, or an adult woman should stay in an abusive relationship, get self-love, get self-concept, and create a new identity or reality where this person is treating her with love, it's crazy. We live in this 3D world, and you don't hear me say 3D, 5D, because it's ridiculous. You close your eyes and you imagine a scene and you open it up and your face is still black and blue. Why are you staying? You came to manifesting for a better life, but you didn't listen to your intuition and the people around you who kept saying to get out. And I have her brother's permission to go on this rant because he thinks that this might help people who think that they are in a relationship with a narcissist, or they are trying to change somebody they are calling a narcissist. Her brother was shocked. He missed all the signs. I went to somebody I knew for 30 years, and you know what he told me? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. He would never do that to you. People who knew what he was doing, who told me to get out, I finally did. And then they told me I was crazy. I needed to beg him to take me back. Beg him to take me back. No, thank you. I'll go back to making $800 a month and struggling before I ever go back. I said, no matter what, I will never go back to him. No matter what, I will never go back to him. I will live on the street under a bridge before I would go back to an abusive relationship. My guy, the one that I dated for 5 years, who taught me how a good relationship should be, I can call him to this day, and he will be here within 45 minutes for me. We are still friends. His job is to protect me. His job is to be my bodyguard. He tells me all the time, it's his job to make me feel safe. It's his job to answer my questions and not dodge them. It is his job to show me that a man takes care of his woman. You know what he tells me my job is? To let him know what I'm thinking or how I'm feeling. Because if I'm all up in my feelings and I don't tell him, he doesn't know what's going on and he cannot respond to it. Because when you have been hurt by somebody in a relationship, and I don't care if it's a man who hurt a woman, I don't care if it's a woman who hurt a man, I don't care if it's a guy who hurt a guy or a girl who hurt a girl. When you have been in a relationship with somebody and you have been hurt, there is residual trauma, and that trauma needs to be addressed and dealt with. It needs to be reassured that it's not going to happen in this new relationship. And somebody who truly loves you will do that. They will step up to the plate and they will tell you over and over again the same phrase. It is my job to protect you. You ask a dumb question, I'll answer that dumb question 1,000 times. And if you need it answered 1,000 more, I will answer it. When people come to me for coachings, I don't blame them. I don't tell them they created everything in their reality. I ask them what they want to create in their reality. And we compare that to what is going on in their reality. And if they are in an abusive relationship, I help them get out. I don't tell them to stand in front of a mirror and say, I love you. Because most people are really good at their life. They're really, really good at their life. There's a few things that need to be tweaked. I came to the law of attraction through Hollywood Hulk Hogan, the wrestler, because he was given a book by a lady on an airplane called The Secret. And I read The Secret, and The Secret says you have to take 100% responsibility for everything in your life. So that means we have to take responsibility for people who abuse us, people who disrespect us, bosses who treat us like crap. We also get to take 100% responsibility for all the good things in our life. All the good things in our lives. And I love TikTok and all these funny videos about, honey, remember when you said that we did this and we did that and we did this, so we just bought a tractor or we just bought a car. But they didn't actually ask their spouse or their girlfriend or their boyfriend about buying the car. They just did it. And we all think those videos are funny. But the downside to some of these videos that you watch, guys, if your woman has been abused, do this. Guys, if your girl is questioning, don't dodge it. But the same goes for women. If your guy asks you a question, don't jump his butt. Answer it. If you have a problem in your relationship, talk to your person. Because 9 times out of 10, that relationship can be solved by a conversation. All of my clients, that 99.6% success rate that Joseph Ally says I have. And Joe, let's answer this question too. How did this woman and this 4-year-old create these situations? Because I want to know. And I think the manifesting community needs to band together in these situations and tell these people who are in an abusive relationship, or somebody that sees somebody in an abusive relationship abusing a 4-year-old child, to get them out. How many football players do we see talking about domestic violence? There is a football player who was killed by his girlfriend, and then she killed herself, and he was doing a suicide awareness campaign. Other football players who have beaten their girlfriends and they no longer have a football career. Because we do not tolerate domestic violence. And that is what I run into with self-love and self-concept, which is why I hate it. Because it is creating situations that people are staying in when their intuition tells them they should get out. And they don't listen. I am a statistic, and I tell every cop that I have dealt with that if I have to be a statistic, I want to be a good statistic. I want to be the survivor, the one who gets out. I am not a victim. I am a survivor, and I don't like that title. I am a teacher, and I am a coach, and I am here to expand your reality and to make you think outside of a box. I have been on the obsession side. I have been on the self-love side. I have been to life coaches and therapists who have point blank asked me, why don't I just kill myself and get it done and over with? Well, according to that one comment on the post about the 4-year-old being abused, apparently my job is to help millions of people to get over doing this and to get into a better relationship. So y'all can bash me, you all can make your snotty comments, but let's go to your gurus that you love. Let's go to your coaches that you love, and you have them start doing a video telling people in an abused relationship what to do, because I want to see it. I am one of the coaches that people come to and say, Susie, you're my last resort. If you can't help me change my life, then I have 2 choices. Resign to the fact that it is going to be like this for the rest of my life that I have here on earth, or make the hardest decision of my life. Last year, I poured 4 people out of suicide. That's not my job. My job is to teach you how to have a better relationship with everything in your reality. Yourself, your money, your job, your kids, your family, your friends, and the love of your life. It's to teach you how to have a better relationship. I used to suck at relationships. Now I'm really good at relationships. And I can spot things in relationships that tells you to get out, or I can spot things in relationships that I need to amplify so it becomes even better. Every single one of my clients, except one, out of probably 1,200 people, one has said that I didn't do what I said. Well, that's because you didn't follow what I told you to do. And then you coach hopped and YouTube video hopped and you messed everything up because a week after you talked to me, you had communication with your person. And you know exactly who I'm talking about because you dumbass, you still watch my fucking videos. But it's my fault you coach hopped. I give you guys tools and techniques to do. The first thing I tell anybody who wants better relationships is to start asking, why are you spoiled? and look for reasons why you are spoiled so that we can create a story. Because I have people who come to me that they have no clue as to what it's like for people to treat them nicely. And then I don't charge those people, because if you don't know what it's like for somebody to treat you nicely, I am going to volunteer my time to help change your life. And I've done that with a number of people. I've gotten them back together with their specific person. I've gotten them back together with their children, because they start out asking a question, why am I spoiled? So that they can build a story about why things are going good in their life. The second thing I teach them is to look for the good in life. Because when you are looking for the good in life, more good things show up. But when you are looking at all the negative in your life, more negative shows up. I tell you to take one technique and try that one technique for 21 days. I prefer 30, but 21 days. Because therapy and science says it takes 21 days to change your mindset. 21 days. So do it for a minimum of 21 days. And if that technique starts showing you results in 21 days, continue to do it till 30 days. After 30 days, do it from 30 to 60 days. From 60 to 90 days, you are reinforcing it even more. Better yet, June 10th of last year, I've been saying for 839 days, why am I spoiled? I haven't counted from June 10th to today, because I lost that Snapchat streak that kept me knowing exactly how many days I've been asking, why am I spoiled? I had somebody when I was really, really at my lowest point, and I got pulled into the office at work and asked what was going on, because people were saying I was suicidal. And somebody I'd been talking to and asking a question here and asking a question there was not invited to this meeting and said, I invited myself. Susie, what's going on? I told them everything. This person said, I'm going to give you tasks. I want you to do this. I want you to go talk to this person and tell them that I sent you and tell them what is going on. I want you to go talk to this person and tell them again that I sent you and this is what is going on. Every day this person asks me, what's one good thing that happened in your life today? What's one thing you laughed about today? He got me to slowly realize that I was changing my story. And all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, my life is getting better. Things are getting better in my life. They're slowly getting better in my life. Holy crap. One day I woke up and realized I had an amazing boyfriend. I had some great things going on in my life. Yes, there was still chaos and drama going on, but not as much. I still have to deal with that narcissist because I have children with him. But I don't have to live with him. I can pick and choose when I deal with him. I prefer to deal with the children one-on-one. They're old enough. I don't have to go through him anymore. You can consciously choose to change your life for the better. Step one is making a choice to choose your life and what you want it to be. And manifesting says get clear on what you want that life to be. So what do you want your life to be? What do you want it to look like? Do you want to be happily married? Do you want to have children? What type of job do you want? What type of house do you want to live in? What type of car do you want to live in? How much do you want in your bank account? What does that life look like? Step two, if your life sucks, start asking, why are you spoiled? Why are you blessed? Why are you lucky? Because a lot of people don't like the spoiled word. So I added blessed and lucky. Step three, get a piece of paper, get a journal, and start writing down why you laughed today, what went good in your life, what you created that you wanted to create in your life, and start realizing that your life is what you make of it. I had a horrible childhood, and I talked about revision. And one word always can revise an entire lifetime. I've always had money. Revision and forgiving You are supposed to forget the situation ever happened. Because to truly forgive is to forget. But Neville's revision is being taken to, I revised a cut on my hand, but it still took 2 weeks for the cut to heal. I revised, I was hurt, but the incident still happened. I revised that I had a bad relationship, but I'm still talking about the fact that I had a bad relationship with this person. That's not what Neville meant when he said to revise. To revise is to replace it with something completely different, and this situation never existed. You create everything in your reality. I have challenged people to stop the sun from setting for 96 hours. Nobody has done it yet because we've had light and dark where I live, and so has other people. So that means you do not create everything in your reality. Everybody is not you pushed out, because I do not want to create a network of 1 million people that were abused so I can help them deal with the trauma of being abused. That's not what I wanted to create. I want to create a community where we stand together and we raise people up. But that's not happening in this community because too many people are running around fake guru, fake coach, scammer. And it has gotten to the point where nobody knows what to do when it comes to manifesting because we are jumping from video to video. So I'm telling you exactly what to do. Pick one person to follow. Pick one person to follow. Do the techniques that they tell you to do. Give it a minimum of 30 days. 30 days. And see how it is changing your life. Because you can't do it for 24 hours and expect everything to magically change. Because Neville even said himself, if it takes 1 million people to move to get your manifestation, it may take a little bit of time. That's why you have to persist in the assumption until it hardens into fact. And people are twisting what they read. That is why people hate religion, because you are being taught by somebody at the head of the church that you are going to. They say something that doesn't resonate with you. You stay in the same religious church and you go to a different church and you stay with that church until they say something you don't like. And then you go to a different church. Churches and manifesting are no different. You are being taught by the person you are listening to. And I have been accused of having moral issues because I talk about Donald Trump. Donald Trump learned from Norman Vincent Peale, who learned from Abdul, who Neville learned from, who I believe Joseph Murphy learned from as well. I don't study Joseph Murphy, so I don't know. So I can't talk about him. But I honestly don't think Joseph Murphy would tell you to stay in an abusive relationship. Neville wouldn't. Norman wouldn't. Donald Trump wouldn't. His marriages fell apart, so he got a divorce. Just like mine. God created a divorce so you could leave people that you no longer get along with. I understand we all want to create a magical life, a dream life, a fairy tale life, a charmed life. And that we are told not to look for signs, to not look for exterior proof that this is happening. But we live in this world where I'm sitting in my living room and I am watching the flag at the grocery store 2 blocks away from me fly. Where my ex-husband shops and a legitimate stalker that I have shops. And you tell me how I created this person stalking me when all I was doing was my job and marking something down for him that should have been marked down 4 hours ago. I shouldn't have been marking it down at 9 o'clock at night. It should have been marked down at 5 o'clock that afternoon. But it wasn't done that day. So this guy thought I was doing this because I liked him. No, I was just doing my job. When he asked me out, I told him no, I wasn't interested. When he asked me what my deal was, I told him I was single and living it, because I was at that time. I recently bumped into this person, and even my daughter was like, Mom, who is that guy? He's looking at you awful weird. And I said, that's the stalker. My daughter was in the grocery store the other day, and somebody was eyeballing the 5-year-old, our precious little angel. She asked people for help. They all turned their back on her. Nobody would help. She finally got to her car. Her brother called, and she told her brother to stay on the phone with her. She wound up throwing a jar of fettuccine sauce at this guy to get him away from them. But nobody would help. We can all be a keyboard warrior. We can all go behind a camera and we can talk about situations and in this reality. But in this reality, abuse is real. And nobody deserves to be abused. Nobody deserves to be abused. Nobody should be walking around saying, I deserve to have a good relationship. That should be an assumption according to what you people teach with the law of assumption and how much people shove it down people's throat. Well, the law of assumption says you are assuming this guy is an abuser. Therefore, bam, you're being abused. I'm not the coach that's going to sugarcoat it. I'm not the YouTuber that's going to sugarcoat it. So I call on every single manifesting coach out there, every single YouTuber that teaches people how to have a better life to address this issue. And if you claim that these people are creating it, I want you to prove how they are creating it. And I want you to give them a step-by-step program for free to get them out of this situation. And Sammy, I am really, really curious as to your take on this, because you say it's not your job to fix everybody, just like me. You pick and choose who to fix. Would you tell your 40,000 subscribers that follow you to stay in an abusive relationship? Kim Velez, you are a therapist. Would you tell a woman or a man to stay in an abusive relationship, or would you tell them to get out? How would you tell them to change their self-concept? Because this has been thrown in my face by you two women, and I do apologize. I am not singling you out. I am asking you to back me up and tell these people who are in an abusive relationship to get out. And when I say a swear word, I am being trashy. Well, you know what, on this subject, I have a lot more swear words, and I've been doing a really good job of keeping my language clean. So ladies, if you want to do it in foul languages, please do, because I need people to understand that abuse exists in this reality. It's not something that they imagined. It is something that exists, and it is talked about by a lot of people. Just like war is, just like pedophiling is, just like children's disease is. If we want to come together as a community and imagine it all away, give me a step-by-step point on how to do that. Because most people who are in those situations are not strong enough mentally at this point to be able to even hold manifesting a bad person to being good without aggressively affirming 86,400 seconds a day. Because that's what I had to do to try to control a narcissist. And you can't manifest 86,400 seconds a day aggressively. And love, these bad people, they don't feel love. They have no feelings. So you're not going to kill them with kindness. You're not going to kill them with love. Again, I am dealing with the fallout of what somebody is teaching these people. And I'm going to be accused of going on a pointless rant. I'm not ranting. I'm asking for help. I'm asking the community again to join together to help people who are in a bad spot get out, get healthy, and find healthy relationships, healthy jobs, healthy situations. Because this has been there for a very long time. And this is going to be here for an even longer time. The difference is 50 years ago, in the 60s and 70s, when Dad was on the department, the news media wasn't as public about it. We didn't have video cameras on our phones that were in our hands. We didn't have the social networking that we have today. Has the situation gotten worse? No, it's just more public knowledge. And because it is such a public knowledge, we are telling people the wrong things to do in order to handle these situations. So again, I'm throwing up a challenge. How do we help these people as a community joined together? Because all of our teachings are different. And people are hopping from coach to coach, YouTube to YouTube. And we have good coaches out there and we have bad coaches out there. How do we change these people's lives for the better? How do we join together and stop them from being abused? Because I am really, really sick and tired of having to do these videos. I want other people to do these videos. And Sammy and Kim, you both just did a self-concept and an I am worthy video that says exactly what I say. You came to this to better your life. So you already have a good idea of what self-love is and self-concept is. So how do we stop the abuse? Because the next time I'll name the coaches who are telling these people that they should stay in this relationship, fix it in their head. Because this is just beyond ridiculous. And I am not saying, again, I did not say that this person coached with either Sammy or Kim. This person did not coach with Sammy or Kim. But this person watches Sammy's videos, Kim's videos, my videos, Amanda's videos, Caleb's videos. And Caleb and I have discussed this at length. And Caleb will not tell somebody who's in an abusive relationship to stay and change it in their mind. He will tell them to get out, get healthy. And then if we need to deal with this person because you have children or other circumstances, let's figure out a way to do it in a healthy way. So those are coaches that I'm asking. Caleb, Kim, Sammy, Amanda. Let's bring Shelly in there. Shelly, how do we handle this situation? You guys are big. You have a platform. Use your platform to do something good here. And tell this woman that she didn't create this, that this is a bad situation. She needs to get out and stay out. She needs to get healthy and to look at what a healthy relationship is before she gets into another one, because that's what her brother and I told her. The reality of our lives today is that we can change the world. One video, one person, one comment at a time. But when we all are bashing each other for being fake gurus and egotistical, who only care about people's money, which I don't care about money. I don't care about subscribers. I care about people. No amount of money in the world would make me tell somebody to stay in a relationship. And I didn't charge this woman. I spent 2 days with her and her brother to get her out. And I will do it again and again and again, because when I got out, there was nobody to help me. They all told me to leave, or they didn't believe me. And when I left, they all told me to go back. I will never, ever go back. And I will continue to talk out against it, because this is the one thing on my channel I will not tolerate. Anybody being abused by anybody. This is Susie. You guys have an absolutely positively amazing day. I love you. And as always, leave me a comment. Let me know how I am drastically changing your life for the better, because today, more than ever, I really need to hear it. I really, really need to hear it.